Hi guys, welcome back to the It Girl Mindset. So excited to get into today's episode per usual, but before we get started, if you want a chance to win a $250 gift card to my shop plus a one-to-one session with me, please listen up. I really need your help because I am currently in the process of planning courses, programs, podcast episodes, content, and everything in between. And I would love your input on what you want to hear and what you want to learn, okay? I take your guys' opinion very seriously because I really, truly want to help you succeed, thrive, be happy, abundant, magical, live huge, big, thriving lives, okay? So I would love to hear what you want to hear from me. So the survey literally will take 5 minutes. If you could please fill that out, it would mean the freaking world to me. I'm closing it on Friday, October 4th, so make sure you get that in as soon as possible, and you will be put in the drawing to win, again, the $250 gift card to my shop and a one-to-one session with me. Any questions or anything, of course, let me know, but again, that survey will literally take you 5 minutes, and it would mean the freaking world to me, okay? Okay, let's get into today's topic. We are talking about how to take aligned action and align action versus action. I thought we'd start off with a quickie little definition. So action refers to the process of doing something to achieve a goal or result. It involves making decisions, taking steps, and putting effort into a task or objective, whether driven by external circumstances or personal choice. Okay? That's what most people do on the regular, is take action, whether that is, whether your goal is, more money, better body, healthier lifestyle, career goal, finding your soulmate. It's like we take action based on the thing that we want. Now, let's talk about what aligned action is. Aligned action refers to taking steps that feel intuitively right and resonate with your inner guidance. It involves tuning into your intuition, emotions, and desires, ensuring that your actions are in harmony with your values and purpose. Rather than just doing for the sake of doing, aligned action flows naturally, feeling purposeful and fulfilling, often leading to better outcome because it's driven by both intention and inner clarity. The reason I want to talk about this today is because I have switched something in the last couple months from action to aligned action with literally everything that I do. And my life has not only gotten more enjoyable and more fun, but my goals are so much easier because I'm having fun on the journey and on the process. Welcome to the It Girl Mindset, where I help you step into the next level version of yourself by mastering your mindset, manifesting your deepest desires, and connecting deeply with your body. It's about becoming the most authentic, radiant, unapologetic, and unbothered version of yourself. Together, we're going to chat about how to unlock your true potential and create a life that feels as good as it looks. If you're ready to become the healthiest, hottest, and most abundant version of yourself, you're in the perfect place. Let's get into it. And again, I've kind of talked about this a couple times on the podcast, but for a long time, I was taking action and creating things based on what I thought I had to do, like health and fitness coaching. Again, I started off loving it. I did follow that inner guidance to do health and fitness coaching, but after a while, I knew I was meant for more and I knew I was supposed to coach in a different way, but I ignored my inner guidance and I was taking action out of obligation. I was not taking aligned action. I was like, okay, this is what I have to do in order to be able to not have to go back to a corporate job. I have to just do this kind of coaching, XYZ. And it started to not work eventually because I was probably subconsciously self-sabotaging myself. But when you take aligned action, one, the journey becomes easy, and two, you get to your goals so much faster because you're actually doing what you're meant to do, okay? So many of us take action out of obligation, and honestly, obligation fucking sucks. I want no part of obligation anywhere in my life, okay? Obviously, there's some things that we have to do. We have to pay taxes, we have to pay bills, but there's a lot of things that we do out of obligation that we don't actually need to do. Because especially for me, like I'm a recovering people pleaser. I used to do everything out of obligation. I would hang out with friends if I felt like I had to, or I would do something with my family if I thought I had to. And again, like for so long, I was being a health and fitness coach because I thought I had to, rather than a mindset coach, which is what I'm truly meant to do, okay? So one thing that I would recommend doing before we even get into how to take aligned action is I want you to write down a list of everything And you can even separate it into categories of like career, home life, family, friends, health, whatever it may be. Put them out into different sections and then make a list of what you do out of obligation and what you do out of fun, joy, and pleasure. It's almost like a life audit. I do this with my business as well as my personal life, but I just recently started doing this and I love it because then you can find places where you're like, okay, this is actually not aligned action. I'm doing this because I feel like I have to. Again, taxes, once you get to a certain point where you don't need to do that and you can hire someone, great, amazing. But for now, sometimes there are certain things that you might have to do out of obligation. But the point is we want to minimize it, okay? So how do we take action out of intuition? First off, you have to be connected to your intuition, which seems very obvious, but so many of us don't know how to connect to our intuition, and I didn't for a really, really long time. So if you don't know what intuition is, it really is just these pings that come to your mind or these just intuitive nudges, okay? And the way you can actually connect to your intuition, you have to give yourself space. You have to make space in your life to be able to get those pings, okay? If you are in a stressed out state, you're not going to be able to get these intuitive pings because if your body is like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out, like money, career, like kids, like all these things, if you are so stressed out that you don't have space to listen, you're not going to hear them, okay? Your body has to be in rest and digest. It has to be at a good baseline. I'm not saying that you have to be perfectly happy and stress-free like all day, every day. But in order to receive these pings, you have to be in a place where you can actually receive them, okay? That's why a lot of people get really amazing intuitive downloads when they're in the shower because they don't have their phone around. They don't have kids screaming at them. They don't have, someone from work saying something, it's like they're disconnected from anything. And so you get these ideas in your brain because you have the space to receive them, okay? So a couple things you can do to create space in your day so you can actually have these intuitive pings is spending time by yourself. And this is not like you need to go take yourself on a full date and go by yourself. This is sitting in stillness. And before you come at me and you're like, Ash, I'm not freaking doing that. Don't tell me to sit and meditate. Just listen, because I was against it too. I was a hater of non-guided meditations. I was like, what? It doesn't really matter. Like, I can listen to a guided meditation and it's fine. Like, it's no biggie. It's the same thing. I'm getting the same types of things that I want out of it. But I was completely wrong. Ever since I started creating space in my day with nothing, you can put on like a frequency or something, but it can either be sitting in stillness, like in meditation with like headphones and like some sort of frequency, or you can go on a walk with no headphones or go in a sauna with like no headphones. Sometimes people bring headphones into the sauna or a book or something. And I'm not hating because I did this. I could not even sit in a sauna for 20 minutes without any sort of book or phone or anything like that. Like, I would just go in there and let my phone overheat because I didn't want to sit in stillness. I wanted to scroll or I wanted to listen to music or listen to something. But now that I'm like very regulated and grounded, I have the ability to be in stillness. And that's when you get those intuitive pings. Another thing too, to kind of like get yourself, if you're looking for a certain answer, like if you need to get clarity on something or there's a decision that needs to be made and you don't know what to do, allowing yourself to sit in this stillness will let your intuition guide you. If you set the intention and be like, okay, today I want to, and actually this is something I've been doing recently with workouts. I will have my 10 to 15 minutes of silence in the morning. I'll put on frequency, but I'll listen and I will ask myself and set an intention of how should I move my body today? Or how should I have fun today? And when you allow yourself to sit in that stillness and just be, oh my gosh, things just literally come to you. And when you're in tune with your mind and body as one and you're like taking deep breaths and tuning in, you literally will get answers so fucking quickly. It's insane. And a lot of times we can get intuition in a couple of ways. It could be just like words that you hear or see or whatever in your mind, or it can be kind of like this feeling in your body. And I actually did this in a program that I am in, the Money why I literally mess it up every time. Money mindset makeover. Shout out to Marley. But she did this test with us where you kind of like sit in stillness and you take a deep breath and you really ground yourself, and then you ask yourself, what is a yes? Like if you are wanting to know when your intuition is guiding you in a sense of saying like, yes, do this, do this, do this, or when it's saying no. So just as an example, I feel it in my body. If I have a question that I want an answer to, I'll sit and tune into my body and I like to say it in a statement though. So it's like, I'm going to go for a run today. And my intuition, depending on where I feel it in my body, it's a yes or a no. So again, you have to give yourself the space to be able to learn that about yourself though. But something for me, I get all like tingly up here in my chest and kind of like my upper area when it's a yes. I'll get like this gut feeling in like right underneath my chest when it's a no. And again, that might be your same cue too, or it might be something else, because in the program people had other ones, but a lot of people did have like, this is a yes, it's like sparkly and tingly and like light. And then if it was a no, like literally my belly is like, and my gut is just like, you can feel it. It feels like dark and just not good. And so that's what I can tell yes or no. If I'm like, I'm going to drink coffee today, which I never ask that question, honestly, because I don't want the answer to be no. I know I should, but I don't, because I love coffee and I don't want my body to be like, fuck that, Ashley, you should not be drinking coffee. So I don't ask that question. But you could be like, I'm drinking coffee today. And you, depending on where you feel it in your body, you can use that to your advantage to make decisions. And you might be like, oh my gosh, Ashley, that's crazy. Your brain and body are connected. Use it to your advantage, okay? And we're gonna go over some examples of how to actually use your intuition to take aligned action in a little bit. But I just wanted to kind of give you a couple of examples of how you can actually learn to listen to your intuition, okay? But again, it starts with creating space. And if you are like, there's no way I could sit in stillness for 10, 15 minutes, start with 2 minutes and then work your way up. Or start with a walk outside with no headphones. And I just want to say too, when you start to give yourself space, you are not immediately going to be like, oh, this is so peaceful. Wow, I am just one with the universe, okay? No, it's not going to happen. You're probably going to have your mind going crazy and it's going to be thinking of a million things and blah, blah, blah. Like that's how my brain was. It was like, it's just going crazy. And that's okay. Because guess what? The more you do it, the less your brain starts to go crazy, because again, your brain's always trying to keep you safe. So if you sit in stillness, it's like, oh my God, no, we have to think about these crazy, like deep things that we need to heal. And you probably do, but that's a good thing. That's a sign that you are ready to heal. Okay. So leave yourself space to ask yourself, and connecting the mind and body is so freaking powerful, which is why I love EFT tapping, because it's like a great way to like calm your nervous system down, and it kind of combines the mind and body. If you don't know what EFT tapping is, it's essentially you say like affirmations, but you also you say affirmations, but you use your body too. You tap on certain points of your body while you're saying the affirmations. And I know at first I felt weird doing it, but now it feels really good and connected. It really just like, again, connects that mind body piece. So I freaking love it. Anyways, another thing too, one of my mentor, Becca, the nervous system regulation, I'm in a nervous system regulation program with her. Shouts out, Becca, freaking love you. She has this quote and she says, if it's not a full body fuck yes, it's a no. Okay? And that comes from tuning into your mind and body. Your body does not lie. Your body will tell you what you need to do. And again, connecting that mind body is going to just give you so much power into how you take aligned action. And once you start taking aligned action, you're going to be shocked at how easily and effortless things become. It's because you have thoughts and desires for a reason. And the more you take aligned action, you find fun in things that others might not. And so you're always guiding yourself to joy and fun and pleasure. Fuck obligation, okay? Obviously, there's things that you need to do, but fuck obligation, okay? We want to create a life that's full of fun, enjoyment, peace, love, success. And the way to do that is aligned action, okay? Since I've been taking aligned action, like everything has felt fun to me. Literally everything. The way I do podcasts, the way I've been working out, the way I live my life, the way I take my day to day, the way I plan my day, the way I enjoy my walks. So like literally everything becomes fun when you start taking aligned action. I have something so exciting to share with you today. I'm looking for a dream client, someone who's ready for deep transformation and to step into their next level self. If you've been feeling that pull, that deep knowing that you're meant for more, then listen up. In our private mentorship container, I'll help you unlock your true potential by working closely to release limiting beliefs that are holding you back and deeply ingrain your next level self-identity into your mind and body so you can effortlessly manifest your deepest desires and reach any goal. This isn't just about change. It's about deep transformation, becoming the most magnetic, successful, unapologetic, authentic version of yourself so you can live a full life. I'll be your biggest supporter, but I'm also going to be real with you and hold you to your highest standard as you step into the woman you were always meant to be. If this resonates with you and if you feel that pull, then please apply below. The application is in the description. All right, back to the episode. What I want to do now is go over some examples of how you can take aligned action, okay? So let's start with movement, just because that's something that's been very prevalent in my own world right now. So I kind of already talked about this, but tuning into your body and being like, how do I want to move my body today? Because if you were only focused on your mind instead of the mind and body, your mind could be like, okay, we got to be disciplined, action. So instead of doing this like structured workout that everybody in the health and fitness space thinks that you have to do to get to the body you want, every day ask yourself, how do I want to move my body today? Okay, maybe depending on how you feel, how you slept, how your body feels, what you have the time for, taking aligned action to meet those needs rather than if, let's just say you were just taking action, you were like, oh, I have to do an hour-long workout today, this structured workout in the gym, but I don't have time for that, so screw it, I'm just not going to take action because I don't have the time. But if you were taking aligned action, you can ask yourself, okay, what do I have time, capacity, and what feels fun to me? And maybe you're like, I'm gonna do a 15-minute walk and a 15-minute arms workout. Amazing, do that. Or again, like what sounds fun? Maybe I just wanna go for a jog today. Maybe a little bit of a walk run. Like we're not doing it because of the outcome we want. We're doing it because of the journey, and we want to enjoy the process of it, the journey of it, like what actually sounds fun. And I think a lot of people too, when I was a health and fitness coach, would be like, I love HIIT workouts. I'm like, do you? Do you love HIIT workouts, or do you think that that's the thing that's going to get you to your dream body? So you're trying to tell yourself that you love HIIT workouts. Okay, and again, if you do love HIIT workouts, amazing. Do them, but don't do them because of the outcome. Do them because of the process. Okay, I hope this is making sense because again, this is one of the most powerful things I have ever learned is taking aligned action. Okay, especially with movement. Okay, now let's talk about career, and this is more aimed towards entrepreneurs, but could probably be within your career as well if you had a corporate girly job. So creating programs, creating products, creating services, whatever it may be, out of fun and not obligation. What feels fun and exciting? And literally ask yourself, ask your mind and ask your body. Again, create that space. But, again, I've used this example. I thought I had to be a health and fitness coach. I thought that was like what I had to do for a lot of different reasons, but that's what I thought I had to do. When I listened to my intuition kept saying like, be a mindset coach. And I was like, no, I can't because of a lot of different reasons. I've had previous business mentors say you can't sell mindset coaching. Like just there's so many things wrapped up, and that's my own story. But when I ignored what I really wanted to do, everything felt hard. Like coaching clients felt hard, making content felt hard, planning my day felt hard, making podcasts felt hard. When I tuned into what I actually wanted to talk about, which is why I love this podcast so much, because that's the one outlet that I've always kind of talked mostly about mindset. I thrived, and it's been growing like insanely well, and it's been fun and enjoyable. That was me taking aligned action. Whereas when I was posting content on social media to attract health and fitness coaching clients, it was hard because I wasn't taking aligned action. I was taking action out of obligation because that's what I thought I had to do. I hope that this is making sense and you're really seeing the difference between the two. Okay? And same with planning your day. When you plan your day out of excitement and enjoyment, and I know, again, corporate girlies don't have as much control over the schedule, but you still kind of do. So I'm sure there are people that maybe, again, have stricter schedules than others. But especially if you're working from home, what sounds fun to you? Do you want to wake up at 5 a.m. and go work out? Or do you want to do it on your lunch break? What sounds the most fun and enjoyable and relaxing and exciting to you, okay? So scheduling your day in a way that sounds fun and exciting and tuning into your intuition, asking yourself, how can I make today more fun, okay? Wow, I know we're talking about aligned action, but I truly believe that aligned action is obviously taking action from your intuition, but your intuition is always going to guide you to a place that you enjoy the most, which is why it's going to feel so easy and why it's guiding you there in the first place. Even nutrition, okay? This is something that you also can use aligned action. I think we have this in our brains, a certain way that we have to eat in order to reach our goals, when our body is always going to tell us, rather than eating a certain way because somebody on Instagram told you that this is the way to eat. Ask yourself what feels good to you. Take note of things that feel good to you and that don't, okay? Your intuition is always guiding you. And I'll just even give you an example. I'm not supposed to be eating gluten right now. And I've been ignoring my intuition that's saying, well, one, I am going to a naturopath, healing my gut. I'm not supposed to in general. Two, I've been getting this ping from my intuition to stop eating gluten, and I've just been ignoring it. And again, I'm not saying I'm perfect here, okay? I want to take aligned action, but this morning last night I actually got this kind of intuitive ping that I was like, stop eating gluten, Ashley. And I was like, fuck, okay. And I even told Eric, my boyfriend, I was like, okay, I really need to stop eating gluten. I've been ignoring this, and my gut is not healing as quickly as I would like. But I think it's because I've been ignoring the part of my brain and body that is like, Ashley, stop eating gluten. And I don't think it's a forever thing because I don't have celiac or anything, but I do think for this season of life, I need to cut it out and I'll be able to add it back in later on when my gut's fully healed. Anyways, again, you'll probably have a lot of intuitive pings and you probably ignore them. So why you have to open up space to be able to receive this information is so important. Even choosing what programs to invest in, choosing a coach, okay? You have to tune into your intuition. Ask your brain, ask your body, ask your mind, what feels good, fun? If you are like, oh my gosh, I need to join Ashley's program. It feels so fun and exciting and expansive to me. That's a sign. That's a sign that you're meant to take aligned action. Obviously, a lot of times doing things that push ourselves out of our comfort zone, like investing in a program, investing in a coach, there will be fears that come up. And that is not your intuition being like, no, you're not supposed to do this. It's past programs saying, be careful, watch out, this is dangerous. Again, your brain's always trying to keep you safe, which is why I said at the beginning, you have to be in a relaxed rest and digest state to be able to get these intuitive pings. Because if you're stressed out, oh my God, I need to change, this is going to change my life. If you're freaking out and you're making a decision, that is not from your intuition, okay? You need to be in a relaxed rest and digest, stress-free state to be able to truly understand if this program, if this mentorship, if this coach is right for you, okay? Creating the space. Again, I'm going to say it again until I get it in your cute little brain that you have to create the space to be able to do that, okay? Even vacations, bachelorette parties, traveling. I didn't think I was going to talk about this, but this is very, very vulnerable. But I was supposed to go to a bachelorette party and I had to listen to my intuition and I had to bail a couple days before. And this was really hard for me. I was in this phase where I couldn't drink. I was so depressed. And for a long time, my intuition was like, you need to not go. This is not safe for you. This is not good for you. This is not healthy for you. But I was trying to push through because I wanted to make my friend happy. I didn't want to disappoint her by bailing on her bachelorette trip. I wanted to make her feel special. But there was something inside me that was like, Ashley, you cannot go on this trip. And I listened to my intuition and I didn't go. And even though some things happened with those relationships afterwards, I'm still proud of myself for listening to my intuition because that is what I needed most in that moment. And it was really fucking hard. It was hard deciding that. It was hard telling the people. It was hard with their response, honestly, because they did not respond well in the slightest. It made me feel very, very alone. But I knew that I had to trust my own instinct and what I needed to do, and I did it anyway. Did I lose some friendships? Kind of still going through it at the moment, but kind of feels like I did. And again, maybe I needed that to show who my true friends were, okay? Your intuition is always guiding you towards your highest self, your best self, your most successful self. And if that's what I had to do to learn who my true friends were, then that's what I had to do. And I am so glad I didn't go because for a lot of reasons. But again, even if there's hard things you have to make decisions on, your intuition is always guiding you and will never lead you astray. You just have to make sure you're really tuning in and listening to your intuition and not fears, okay? Because I had this fear of, oh my gosh, like what if I lose these friends? What if they are mad at me? What if the bride is like upset with me? Blah, blah, blah. All these things are going on in my brain. But I was like, okay, I have all these fears. My intuition is telling me that I need to stay the fuck home and not go, okay? So I upset some people, but I had to do what was best for me. So that's why I wanted to bring this up, is because I was like, even though intuition is always guiding you to your highest self, doesn't mean it's easy. Doesn't mean that it's the easy way to go. Yes, again, taking action from obligation and taking aligned action is more exciting, fun, and expansive. But there also is this other side of it where, again, your intuition is guiding you to your highest self. And taking aligned action means you listen to that, even if it feels hard, even if it feels scary, even if it feels like, just outside of your comfort zone. It's always leading you towards your highest self, okay? And aligned action is going to create magic in your life. I promise you that. Again, even though some of the aligned action that I've had to take was hard and scary, on the other side of aligned action, you will find magic. Truly. This is one of the most expansive and amazing things I've ever done for myself, was tune in to my mind, body, and listen to my intuition to take aligned action. I've never been happier in my whole entire life than I am right now, and I owe it all to this. Taking aligned action, listening to my intuition, feeling connected to my mind and body. It is so insanely powerful, and I just want to share this knowledge with you because I hope that you know that you are in control of your life. You get to take aligned action. You get to live this fun, magnetic, abundant, amazing life. You get to. It just takes decisions, and it takes choosing you. It takes deciding that you are going to start today to choose you so you can live the most fun, abundant, magnetic, successful, happy, amazing life possible, okay? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. I really just, again, want you to trust yourself and lean into your intuition so you can take aligned action to live an amazing life, okay? I freaking love you guys so much. If you would share this with a friend who needs to hear it, rate and review it, it would mean the absolute freaking world to me. Don't forget to fill out that survey, okay? The link is in the show notes. I love you guys so much, and I'll catch you on the next episode.